What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and I would like to welcome you guys back to my RC Chop Shop. It's been a while since I've put up a Chop Shop video, but I have been busy with a few things. Actually have been doing some Chop Shop episodes, so I'm gonna start editing those and bringing them up to the channel, uploading them. But here we have two aircraft, and this one here is the Bojang S1, and I like to call this thing the Bat Quad because you see that bat thing there, symbol or whatever. And you guys know this is my Huying Toys X6058, my favorite quad in the mini size. This thing is just awesome. Now, one of the things that I don't like about the X6058 though, it flies great, almost perfect. To me, this thing flies. It's awesome. Still the top dog in its class, I think. But one of the things that I don't like about it is its build quality. I think that's the only thing. Well, its build quality, and it had that annoying Spider-Man canopy on it. Let me grab that canopy. Had this little Spider-Man on there, and this one's blue. I don't know why they would have Spider-Man on the blue and red, white, and blue, and they should have Superman or something. But anyhow, the Spidey Quad merges with the Bat Quad, the Batman Quad. So I'm trying to do a body swap with this, a Body Snatchers episode this is. So one thing I don't like about this, I was saying, is the build quality. It doesn't have any ball bearings or anything. It's noisy when it flies. Some people have reported that when they received theirs, it wasn't as noisy. But all of mine's are noisy. But the motors are really high powered. These motors are really powerful, powerful than the average quad in its size. Comparable to the Micro Motor Warehouse Dark Edition motors. I have 3 of these, and I actually swapped out the motors in one with some Dark Edition Micro Motor Warehouse motors, and it flies almost the same. There's barely any difference. So very powerful motors in this thing, but it's loud. Now it has pretty strong motors, probably not as powerful as the X6058, but this thing is very quiet. I really like the build quality on it. Not that it's unbreakable, because I have cracked some of the lenses underneath it. Well, one of the lenses are cracked, 2 of them actually, this one here and this one here. But that's another story. This thing is really quiet though. One of the most quiet, if not the most quiet quad that I have in this size. Is more quiet than the Latrax Alias, and the U807 is very quiet, and this seems to be more quiet than that. And it also has a cool design. I'll take Batman over the Spider-Man design of this thing any day. So what I want to do is do a body swap, a Body Snatchers thing. So that's where we at with it. That's what we're going to do. Let's get to it. Oh, just to explain some of the things that I was trying to do also. I know that it's not an exact fit on here. This thing actually has plug and play motors too. The board is a little larger on this, is a little smaller on this one, and it has plug and play motors, so it has little micro connectors in there. And this one, you just have to solder the motors on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I got some micro connectors sent to me by my good friend Mike Thompson. So he sent me these both. I got the male and female ends of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to have to put the female ends on the board here to get them to plug into here. So it should be a fairly simple thing to just unsolder the motors off of off the board on this one, the X6058 brain or flight controller, and then I'm just going to solder the female micro connectors onto it, and then I should be able to plug and play it with this thing. So let's get right to it. Okay, so I got the board out of the X6058. And you can see I do have the R3 board. If it would focus in there. There it is, the R3 board. So I couldn't get this double-sided mounting tape off of it, so I decided to just leave it on there. Really a pain in the butt to get off. So I'm just going to leave that on. But now what I'm going to do is solder these female ends onto the X6058 board. Now it should be pretty easy. I shouldn't run into any problems with it. With the X6058 board, all of the negative wires go to the inside, so that should be pretty easy. The red and white ones go to the outside, the black ones go to the inside, so that's easy to do and easy to remember on both sides. So I'll just be soldering these two here and the other two, you know, all around with the dark wires onto the inside. So let's get to it. Oh, actually I'm going to cut these wires too, because I don't want to have them this long. So I probably should have cut them real short, but I'm afraid to do that because I don't want to I'd rather have more give than to have less and not have enough length to do what I'm trying to do. So where are my trusty wire cutters? Trusty wire cutters on deck. And so we're going to snip these things in half. There. Save these wires because I might need these wires for my project on my Devo. For the Hubsan protocol and the U807 to, for deviation. But so yeah, we got to strip the tips off of here to expose the wire there for soldering. Be careful not to squeeze it all the way. Don't want to cut it, just want to get the rubber away from the wiring to expose some of the metal to solder. There, you got some metal there. Got the soldering iron fired up. Hard because my soldering setup is off to the side and I can't really rig my phone to capture it over there, so I have to do all my soldering here. It makes it a little hard. I actually have this guy, little soldering helper holder thing. This guy holds the board for me. So normally I wouldn't really need this guy, but he's going to help out now. Comes in pretty handy when you need both hands. So quick and easy with this solder. Just hold it on the spot. One of the wires seem to be a little longer than the other. Not a problem though. There we go. There, quick and easy. Okay, so we're back. We got everything plugged in and ready to go. Depending on my decision, I was running out of space in my phone, so I was thinking maybe I wouldn't keep all of the other stuff, but if you guys don't see it, then you know that I ran out of space on my phone. But anyhow, this is the finished product here. We have the new back quad that flies great. This thing had a really shallow pitch and roll when you're doing funnels. Actually, it had a deep pitch. Only when you hold it for a while it would go into a deep pitch, but as soon as you apply yaw it would become shallow. So no nice funnels with it in its original form, but with this X6058 innards in there, it should be really nice. I'm expecting it to be, but let's test it out. See, I gotta grab me a battery. We can use this battery here. Plug it in and see if we got juice. We got the lights. Now, the only negative thing about this is the back quad, the flight controller actually had real color lights on it. The X6058 has all white lights, and it just uses the lens color to modify the light color, the LED color. So I guess no night flying with it. That's a bummer. But let's check and make sure the motors work and spin correctly in the right direction. Binding it to the Devo. Okay, so it's bound, and we have a success, it looks like. Yep. So let's take this thing for a flight.